My mother said her favorite firework is the one that goes up. No, sorry, KP. Candace told me her favorite firework is the one that goes up and goes, boom. That one. Mm-hmm. Boom. What's your favorite firework?
I think I'm a pretty standard guy, you know?
So you're boring. All right, let's move on to the next topic. I didn't even get
to say what my favorite.
Yo, it's the Mallory Bros Podcast, back for another Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's episode 259. Believe it or not, we don't have a area that we're going to dedicate this episode to. Believe it or not, 259 does not have an area. So, y'all know how I do. 259, it's a 9 right there at the end. You know what we do. We add it across. 25 before 9 is what, Terrell? It's 7. Today is my mother's birthday. It's the 7th. So that's what I'm doing with it. I don't know what else y'all doing with it, but I see the specialness.
I thought you was getting ready to do I
can do more.
No, because that first one.
We're in the month of July, 7. 259.
Hey, look.
Y'all know how I look at this shit. Terrell can do whatever he wants. I don't care.
No. I thought you was going to get ready to give us a 9. This motherfucker says a 9 at the end of it. 2, 5, 7.
It's
so
not
7
always
plus
about.
5.
It's not always about things adding up to the number 9. It's just sometimes about you noticing the 9. Candace hit me yesterday and said, we was in a restaurant and I saw this jersey up there. Look what the jersey said. And it was 2 9s on it. I said, do you see how you saw it? You know how many people came and sat in the restaurant and didn't look up at it? And if they saw it, they just thought, oh, Warren Sapp. But no, there's meaning. And that's what I told Terrell. It's all about you see it. Terrell, don't realize that I choose to see it. You choose to say, oh, it don't add up, so it's not there.
Nah, I'm a realist, bro. I feel like I believe in...
Realist?
I feel like you can literally do that sometimes out of anything if you want. So that's why I feel like sometimes
if it was episode 258, I couldn't.
No, sometimes for me it needs to be more apparent. If it was 258, you would find a way.
Sure, how? We seen it first. A-Train just brought it in.
Are you recording?
Yeah. The lemonade chip. The lemonade chip. Ooh. Me and A-Train love some lemonade.
Well, you record.
Oh, snap. See, I need to do the whistling.
What are you guys watching?
We getting ready to do this new drizzy.
That doesn't really smell like anything.
It's just gonna be lemon flavored chips. Hey. Come on, Terrell.
Oh.
Hold up, bud. We doing a countdown.
Is Terrell gonna get in?
Come on. Oh. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god.
I need that one.
I'm not mad.
Well, I was tripping. Man, that's actually kind of fire.
Do you guys smoke?
I read it. I don't love it. That's fire. My God.
That's actually kind of... It's not even going.
Man, that's like a...
Woohoo!
It's like if salt and vinegar had a little sweet. If you like salt and vinegar.
But that's not even vinegary.
It's salt and vinegar's fat booty sister. Bro, this is fire, boo. Oh, with a lemonade, Terrell. This with a lemonade, boo?
That'd be too much.
Ella said, all right now.
Look at her.
Enough. Okay, let me try.
It's your day.
Somebody sent my mom an AI birthday, and she absolutely loves it. Come on.
Try it again. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite songs. And I'm gonna play for you. This is your day, Sandy.
I cried when I saw that. I was like, that's for me.
Why did you
start glitching, but come on, y'all.
Let's get it.
Lemonade potato chip. Take a grab. I'm gonna grab one.
No, grab a few.
Trust me, I couldn't eat just one.
What you think?
You taste the lemonade.
Huh?
You taste the lemonade first, and then...
Hey, you tell him another. You like it probably because you like sweet. Your mom.
Ma, you dressed like lemonade. He gonna be feeling you after these chips.
They're good. They are good.
They are good.
I'm surprised.
We were shocked. All of us. Terrell was trying to pretend like he didn't like them.
Because you know what? You get lemon real slow, then you really taste it, and then you get chip.
Yeah. Just me.
Who got you that clown second?
No. No. Ma, and not finished.
Ready. Now, I'm trying to mentally
Lemonade.
my tongue, and I love Utz.
So you good?
Utz is the superior chip. Something I want a good one. It's got to be something adjacent to like a. Why am I thinking like a salt and vinegar? But nah.
You need more than that.
You need more than that.
Mom could not finish.
Don't say anything about anything. Just let her develop
Like in
her own.
a nauseous
Right.
Ordinary antiperspirants can't fight sweat better than Secret Clinical. So look
They bang. They bang.
They're so good.
They're bomb.
Lemonade. A chip and then a little salty.
You get lemonade first, then you get the chips. Bomb.
It is similar to salt and vinegar if I had to compare it, but with lemonade.
It's
You get the
just
lemon
like,
first.
If you've ever had vinegar and what they
Salt
call
and vinegar.
salt and vinegar, it's like bam, salt and vinegar right away.
Yeah.
This is lemon right away, but it's subtle.
I feel like whoever was in the decision room that was fighting for lemonade, that was probably a hard fight.
Me acting like I made the chip. You like it? Oh, gee.
I can't wait.
Couldn't finish.
See, like barbecue only with popcorn.
Yeah.
Or plain. Salt and vinegar, sour cream and onion. You don't like none of those. I like all of those.
Past the lemon.
No, you have to chew past it, and then it will mix in with the potato.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
So we're two. No, Terrell liked it, so that's 3 for 1.
That looks like a Terrell piece.
They said, folks,
That's what he did.
I got you. All day, baby. Lemonade chips.
Fucking try.
Didn't I banked on Kelly liking them, but Kelly might not.
Oh, them, ooh, they wanted just $100 to haul away. What do you think? Let me take my gum out. Just for the couch. Look, she's going for second. Let me see.
do you have a plan?
Oh God, he's already going too fast, y'all.
Why are you starting the happy
comfortably.
in the middle?
Happy 4th of July weekend for everybody. Hopefully y'all did some fireworks. And you know what's crazy? What the fuck, bro? We old.
Man, no,
We got cribs.
No, absolutely not. Are you talking about just fireworks in general, or you mean like having an event on the 4th period?
What the fuck did we do on the 4th of July where I couldn't even see fireworks?
Bro, there was 100% fireworks. Unposted fireworks.
But I wasn't
And
there to
she
see 'em.
literally was like, this is outside.
I think I went to the gym on 4th of July.
Oh, they was open off the lake?
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
That's
y'all, because we saw some slight shit earlier, but like our 4th of July plans was just nothing. Me and A-Train did not have a good 4th of July, y'all. It was chill. We had a pre 4th of July situation. That's why when the 4th came, it was like, okay.
Yeah. You know, the 4th felt quiet for everybody this year. I was looking it up.
When did the 4th come, though? The 4th came on like...
Well, it was a weird day because this year the 4th fell on a Thursday. That very rarely happens. Am I right? Yeah, the 4th was on... a Friday. So that don't happen. And that happening for people made it so that people was having events on the weekend, kind of. But fun fact about the weekend, since we both dressed like two smart niggas today.
How? How am I just like a smart nigga?
You dress like you smart nigga, but you keep up with all of the college sports. You could tell me who Temple head coach is.
And what are you dressed like? Nigga, look like you work for the baseball team, boy. Orioles green. You look like you work for the grass. You pressed as fuck about the
I'm
grass.
gonna keep it a bean about this episode.
Fuck out of here. The John Deere guys out here.
Terrance, first of all, Terrance just tried to tell me he got some cheap ass shirts that was
Terrell
from
keeps
Amazon
gassing
that he's
these
trying to compare to
basic
my
ass
basic
tees
tees,
that
bro.
he has. He's
Fellas.
paying buku bucks for these basic ass t-shirts.
I have on a beater under this. You see how you can't
Terrell, why you
tell?
keep saying that?
You see how you can't
keep
tell?
saying I got a beater
because
on.
Terrance about to get them
Okay,
t-shirts.
I have a beater on.
Terrance, if you had on them cheap ass Amazon shirts
I
you get
got
ready
a
to
beater on,
get,
yeah.
you're gonna be sitting there. We're gonna see through it, boy.
Do y'all know where I got this sweater from? My man Rail got me this.
I
shit.
got Terrance that. Yeah.
Did you get it from your cheap t-shirt website?
Thank God I didn't wear the shit that I got. Motherfucker, we would have been up here like twins. This nigga the type to get a shirt and put it on immediately.
Who am I sponsoring right now? I don't even know who shit I got on.
This is your boy, y'all just drafted in the 7th round last year.
This is his brand?
He's the athlete partner with them. So yes, he actually gets some of the proceeds.
Shout out
I got the
JPP.
Cortland Sutton joint. I got the
Shout out my guy JPP.
yeah, that joint alright. The hey, I don't know what website this was. I think it was
JPP is really JJB.
I forget the website, y'all, but it's a website. You'll see it on your IG. Y'all
I want y'all to
stop sleeping.
imagine Terrell get you a OKC sweater and it's a Chet Holmgren on the back.
You would be like,
It's
"Bet."
like bet, but also
Not a real fan. You're not a real fan.
Terrell look not Jay, not
If a
Shay.
motherfucker got me the joint and it had my
Terrell gave me the sweater and I flipped it on the back and swore it was gonna say JD5. Javante,
He's not a real fan.
Terrell,
Real fans had Trent Williams jerseys.
This ain't Trent. And you know that.
I mean, of course, but I'm saying if you bought a tackle jersey, you are a fan of the team.
Or the tackle, bro. You're not buying a tackle jersey like that motherfucker's
A
fucking pro
nigga with
bowler.
a nigga with the tackle, nigga with the
A nigga with a tackle
nigga
jersey
with
is
the
a
tackle
fan.
jersey is gonna outsmart everybody. He's the biggest fan. He's the biggest.
He's the biggest fan because he knows about like.
You want the JD5? See,
I feel like anybody who watches sports. I feel like the football player. The football sports fan that knows about the O line and the defensive line and formations. They can outsmart anybody. They watching the game from completely different lens.
nah, yeah.
All my niggas that went to school to play football, shout out to y'all, or college football players, some of my guys that actually made it to the league. Y'all actually are watching these games with a different viewpoint. And I feel like some of y'all should like bet.
Hell yeah. We actually got a little bit of a community going now of professional athletes that listen to this podcast. Niggas are growing up, listening to this pod and getting to the league. Hey, if you in the league or you D1 or D2 or whatever, and you follow me, I will try. I've been trying to follow everybody back. I follow a bunch of
Terrell's
people
like
that
a
have been following
bougie
us.
IG girl.
I
I used to talk to
am-
this girl who she would not follow a regular dude back. But if a blue check followed her, she would be pressed as fuck to follow that nigga.
Nah,
back.
man, I feel like dope. I
And
want
she
to
used
know
to
the.
say it was a business opportunity. I knew that was bullshit. Terrell's on the same thing.
I
If
just
you
wanted
got a
to-
blue check, he gonna follow you back.
That's
But
not
if you a
true.
regular
Everybody has
bro on
one
your
now.
art
Anybody
shit,
can get one. Blue checks ain't even.
but anybody can't get a follow from Terrell. Is the point?
You look like you came up with the idea for the blue check.
You look
boy,
like
nerdy
you look
nigga.
like you wanted it to be a green check, boy.
Jack.
Fuck out of here.
I think I got it. You was the black friend in the room.
And look, they
boy.
cut me out. I'm standing outside the joint on some
They
some
took
social
a picture
network
of you
shit.
on the outside, cropped you out, boy.
It says I only get 1%.
He had a part in social network played by Mahershala. Face ass boy.
Mahershala. All right, look. So look.
Hold on, wait. We still on.
we still on the recap.
We still on 4th of July, and I wanted to tell y'all this because I wrote some stuff down because I was like, damn, why did it seem like 4th of July felt quiet? And just a fun fact, it was the busiest traveling 4th of July since 2019 COVID.
Damn.
Up 20% from last year.
Damn.
And a record 66% of whatever flights going wherever. I don't know.
Another damn.
But when you think about that, that would indicate, oh, bet motherfuckers really celebrated 4th of July this year. But I would say socially, we didn't see that or feel that. And a lot of people shared the same sentiment that, damn, it felt like 4th was nothing this year.
Yeah.
And it's because of two things. Number one, shit is too expensive for people to do, y'all.
Inflation.
Yes. Like, it's too expensive to throw events. If you notice, like, people ain't just throwing the regular cookouts because guess what? With the tariffs, with inflation. Beef is super important for everybody because everybody want a burger. You know what I'm saying? They were
What's
talking
beef?
Beef, like cow. Beef.
It's not when somebody else can tell you what to be.
You dress like a nigga.
Beef
that
is
will
when
be
somebody else
watching
can
the
tell you
show.
what we see.
You dress like a nigga that will be watching the show and go, that was funny, he said, boy. Fuck out of here. Beef is, y'all, beef is expensive as shit. And now, it just costs too much for people to do stuff. What else did it say?
Terrell, I'm sorry. Do I need to make an opinion on that, or you just want to read your list?
Well, let me get through it first, and then I didn't interrupt you when you went.
I mean, if I had a chance to go, and maybe you would. Come on, Terrell, my bad.
Oh, second, people aren't really feeling the America spirit, with the big, the BBB passing.
Okay.
The Trump bill passing.
Yeah.
It is just not a great time to celebrate. So a lot of people stay intimate. That's why, like, damn.
I saw a lot of
look, all that travel we had, and it seemed like everybody just moved where they was going. I'm sorry, travel where they was going, but stayed in.
Bro, we could have got fireworks. I'm not about to sit here and talk about how it's. I mean, I guess you're right, Terrell. All right, put it like this. You're right.
This inflation. Being a kid, he's mad he didn't get a sparkler.
Inflation went up, so people don't want to go outside. And yeah, we was never going outside for the American aspect of this shit.
Terrance, no, I'm saying like people just. First of all,
y'all
the
know what
number
we gonna
one
stop
thing
doing?
was the price.
A lot of our parents
went
went
through
through
the price of entertainment. That's what I said.
Y'all, our parents went through a whole recession, and they were still linking up. I don't remember when that recession hit. My parents saying, "Hey, we not gonna see your aunt this week. We ain't gonna
Maybe
see."
our black ass.
Let me finish. I don't remember my parents saying, "Hey, we ain't gonna see everybody for the holidays. We ain't gonna link up for 4th of July because of the recession." I feel like a lot of us use inflation as a bullshit reason for us to not get together because we don't want to do the social work to put it together.
So you put together the party and pay for everything and pay for these niggas to throw parties.
But look, I'd rather take that.
I'd
rather take that feedback.
We needed to take that and sit. Maybe we just sit our ass down when we were still getting together through the damn recession. The damn black median dollar, whatever it is, they said it's gonna reach 0 by a certain year. We need to put everything down low key. I'm not trying to sour out the pot.
Do y'all think it's more important for us to save our money or spend time together with family?
You dress like a nigga that saved this money.
Sir, what do you dress like? Fuck out of here. The niggas dress exactly like me, except your glasses don't record, nigga.
Oh, yeah, he's a creep right here. This motherfucker walking and recording you. Terrance, don't start that bullshit.
Damn, my shit's not even charging.
Ha, you dress like a nigga that charges glasses.
This nigga dressed like he ready for the Sandlot, but he keep talking about me.
Oh,
That's one thing I want to say. Me and my mom was talking about this because my mother's birthday recent. Shout out to her.
Yes, it's actually today or yesterday for y'all.
Yes, yesterday for y'all. And then tomorrow, you know what day it is. My mother said her favorite firework is the one that goes up. No, sorry, KP. Candace told me her favorite firework is the one that goes up and goes, boom. That one. Mm-hmm. Boom. What's your favorite firework?
I think I'm a pretty standard guy,
So you're boring. All right, let's move on to the next
I
topic.
I didn't even get to say what my favorite firework was, you Poindexter face nigga.
Fuck out of here. What is that even supposed to mean?
I'm tired of this nigga.
This nigga using words I don't understand. I'm about to get a... look, when you don't understand, now I'm thinking you really diss me. He said, what? Now I want to fight him.
My favorite firework?
So you got to answer that if you want to. I'm just...
Nigga, my favorite... We can do it. Fuck it. My favorite firework is hands down the big... bloomy joint that you can only get at the monument. You niggas can't buy it at the truck.
How you know we can't buy that?
Because it ain't there. It's for the TV.
You talking about the one that goes and it has the...
Yeah, and then the joints come down.
Yeah.
That's my favorite probably joint.
I think... I'm going to give y'all some of the whatevers. One of my favorite fireworks is the one that's on the floor and it don't even go up and it just shoot like a little joint. And I'm gonna tell y'all why.
That's the joint you be like, oh.
When I was young, I was scared of the fireworks. Did you see the thing in DC of the? Y'all probably have all seen this clip by now, but that was DC, Terrell. Where the dude lit the firework, he ran off, and all the fire went everywhere.
Nah, yeah. See, that's why I'm not even tripping about it. And you seen the 4 extra dude blew up his hand.
Yes, that That was only funny, and I shouldn't say I'm laughing at that crazy situation, but how can you not find it funny? He's like, I'm gonna blow a nigga up, guy. I'm gonna blow a nigga up. Fuck. And then he blows his own head off that night. Bro, and you still have that post up? That's crazy. Like, I told Terrell, this is one thing I was gonna say. Maybe this will change the trajectory of this whole convo. Blowing your right hand or left hand off, I hope y'all know this. You just changed the entire trajectory of your entire life. You literally just made it hard for you to do a simple job. Now you, bro,
yeah, you learning
if you cut one hand off, you just literally, you literally are not gonna live the same life.
Terrence, obviously, you saying that like niggas make the decision to cut off their hand. Like, yes,
No, I'm just saying-
I'm fucked. Thank you.
I think you
Thank
need to realize how fucked you are if you cut a hand off. Like, you see how I just said you changed the trajectory of your life? You might not, now you really might go downhill. You got one hand. Now,
Yes, all right, bet.
now you really might go downhill because guess what? Even
This
this dude,
is not something that you're supposed to joke about. And
Because-
motherfuckers that could be listening. that
Terrell,
have
we're
one,
not joking
Terrence,
about
you can't-
the
you
my
can't.
all my people who might have
Terrence, and you can't.
a limb. I'm not. I'm just saying. You are saying I'm about to blow a nigga
okay,
up.
so why? So why? Why is he? No, hold okay. Let's skip all of that. Why are you saying this life is gonna go downhill?
Your life is definitely.
'Cause what?
I'm not gonna say your life gonna go downhill. You're right. That was kind of fucked up because if you lost a hand, that doesn't mean your life is going downhill. That's fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. What I really mean, it is way easier for you to backslide or whatever term y'all are comfortable with. It is very easy for you to do that if you have gone this long with two hands and then you blow a hand off because it was a holiday. Not Terrell, you was in an accident. Like, I'm thinking of the excitement of holding. I would never stop thinking about me holding. You know, have you seen all the clips of bruh? And it just looks like he's preparing to lose the hand.
Yes, that fireworks he had looked like the it
The
didn't have a
athlete,
label.
yeah, like the.
It was just like it
The
just looked like
WB.
he was gonna blow your hand off with this.
You know what? They probably have that on YouTube. That just made me think about it. I might have to go start putting on old Looney Tunes, bro.
Bro, you know what we've been watching for real? Low key, I was getting ready to try to tell you, but you wasn't listening. When you cooking and you need something to watch, I'm about to bless everybody. If you cooking and you need just anything to watch old episodes of Deal or No Deal. It's a channel on YouTube that literally just plays episodes over and over in the live feed. Bro, you do not have to watch that joint at all. You could just listen to it and know that.
They'll
what the
win
fuck
enough
going
for
on.
me over Deal or No Deal. They just take money.
Nah, they be having some good episodes, bro. I watched bro win 300 grand yesterday, and it's like his first case was the mill.
Damn,
His
yeah.
first case was like, damn.
I would love to play Deal or No Deal. Would love to play it.
Well, guess what? I'm just playing. Look at the nigga was excited as fuck. Boy.
I was excited and they were
Hell.
excited too, boy.
You
Fuck,
look
I was
like
about
you
to see
would
how the
come on
fuck
the
you
show.
pulled it
This
off.
is
You look like Howie,
Lorenzo.
man. You look like Howie.
This is Lorenzo
Oh
from
man, you only got a
Phoenix.
couple cases left. You gotta pick one. Fuck out of here,
You
boy.
like I'm from
Nigga dress-
DC, moved to Phoenix. Been in Phoenix 3 years.
What do you look like? Nigga look like
Boy.
this nigga look like he's the T-ball coach.
And working
boy.
for Meta, working for Meta.
You're not even a T-ball coach. This nigga just brings the Gatorade cooler. What else y'all need?
somebody cousin that's helping.
Go get the baseball bats.
He trying to tell people to do. They don't listen. Everybody run. Nobody run.
Come on, y'all pick y'all
Come on,
feet
y'all,
up.
y'all should be hustling.
He giving basketball tips at baseball practice. Shuffle your feet. All right, look.
Hey, look. We might as well I had it down there, but we
Do you
should-
realize you just said low key? Because you dress like low key with the green.
Oh, you dressed like boy. Remember when Hulk went down there and was stuck?
This fit
I
would
don't
be
even know
better
if that's
without
a real
the.
thing.
This fit would be better without the.
And you set me up because I said when Braun passed it out to Ray Allen, you were supposed to correct me and say it was actually Bosh. I hate basketball niggas.
Oh, it was Bob. I forgot that, but everybody knew what you were talking about though.
That's what I'm saying. But basketball niggas, if you don't say every fact perfect,
Well, Halliburton, look, when Miles Turner popped his Achilles.
that's way different. Terrence.
yeah.
Y'all knew I was talking about a game winner. Beyonce got a little bit of backlash this week, y'all, because apparently, on 4th of July, she posted draped in the flag shit, holding the I think it was a bottle of Ace of Spades. I forget. But, you know, like I said, people not really in the America, you know, mood. People
What is wrong about being proud of the flag of your country?
And that's what a lot of people were saying, because a lot of people were talking about how, you know, Beyonce's use of the flag it's all represents the Renaissance. It all represents the reclaiming of the genre and us being able, you know?
Yeah.
It takes on a completely different meaning than the flag, but some people felt like, and some people in the culture felt like this is tone deaf or whatever. I was like, I was gonna ask you what you thought.
Some people feel like what the American flag represents, that doesn't like go for everybody that lives under the flag. So I feel like that's why people have an issue, but also I kind of think, y'all, we live in a time period where we be a little sensitive about stuff. I'm not about to sit here and beat Beyonce's back in for doing what she always do, which is Beyonce low-key sometimes, you know, vibes with the moment. I feel like an artist.
What are you talking about?
I feel like Beyonce doing the American flag thing is just kind of like a Beyonce thing. Like, Beyonce kind of like will read the room. I feel like Beyonce reads the world room, and she just, you know, she plays her cards in the best way that's gonna look for her. For what's
You
going
mean
on
with
type
the?
shit.
I'm sorry. You mean with the 4th of July posting?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. And you know, 4th of July is on theme with her album, though. So she does kind of get to represent what her album represents.
Yeah.
And you kind of get away with some of the backlash. I'm not going to just act like just because I'm a fan, I don't see what people mean by that, you know?
Yeah. We got a horrible side of history in our country. What's funny?
I'm sorry, nothing.
Fuck out of here, boy. What's funny?
Nothing. I just looked up and I saw you had put your hood on.
I got my hood on because I'm just trying to keep it chill, y'all. I'm not really feeling my luck. I'm not feeling my luck.
You were saying something good. You were saying something.
And he's pointing it out.
You were
Look,
saying
now
something.
you
My
piss
bad,
me
y'all.
off.
You were saying something.
Now I'm forgetting my point. I'm not
You were
feeling
saying
my
something,
co-host. I think we have a real bad side of history, bro, but we also got good history that we could be proud of enough to wear an American flag.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I think, yeah, but again,
It's people that's
the
watching this right
timing.
now
It's
that
the
will wear American flag proudly, and I feel like...
but T, it's the timing. It's not about the flag. It's not about her.
What do you mean the timing? It's 4th of July. That was the only time black people can go to Old Navy and get the... we go to Old Navy and just get our red, white, and blue?
Come on, y'all. Next topic. Young Thug, right?
Right.
Everybody knows since Young Thug's been home, right? The culture celebrated it. It was great, right? Shot Brown still I'm too geek for the guys. All that. Since this motherfucker been home, right? We love Thug. But the music haven't really been anything to dance around about. I would even argue that it's more on the side of mid than it is on the side of where you normally are, Thug. You normally got one. Go crazy with C Breezy, right?
Yeah.
Surf. Hot. Like you always got a record that's somewhere. And I feel like since you've been home, you've been chilling.
Yeah.
But you got a couple attempts. And the snippets you've been dropping ain't really been fire. And so we get to today.
That money on
Right?
money joint was all right.
Money on Money was all right, but guess what? I didn't think it was anything special. Obviously, the world didn't either. But we get to today.
He's saying obviously the world did.
Right? They didn't.
Okay, go
Only
on.
you Thugger Daily motherfuckers was like, this was a hit. Shout out to bro. I think he follows us.
Holy fucking shit.
Terrance, look, we come to today. Young Thug tweets, and I know you saw it.
I didn't. That's about that.
If you a rapper and you a rat, you just gotta go gospel, twin. I guess that's aimed at Gunna, maybe not, right? Maybe it's aimed at any other rapper that's a rat.
Thug,
I feel like,
Thug, I don't get it, bro.
yeah, what you think?
Thug.
What you think?
Do you think we were all saying free you because we felt like you did honorable street shit enough to...
Some people were.
We were saying free you because we felt like, oh, it wasn't that bad that he killed a bunch of people. Let him out. When I was saying free, you can go look at the what's his name. I was like, I would say, y'all know he ain't do that shit.
Yeah, I remember.
But I feel like, okay, this how I feel, Thug. Not knowing them and just being a fan of both. Real life happened. Y'all got put in a real life situation where, all right, bet. We were artists that was like street dudes, and we needed to keep up our image as like street dudes that are artists. The tables got turned, and y'all needed to show the world we street niggas. But we also do this rap shit. And Gunna said, I don't do this shit, I'm out. And I guess that really rubs you the wrong way. But like,
Street niggas it would though.
street niggas.
That's against the code you live by. I get it.
Terrell, but this my thing. Y'all got hemmed up with the music. Gunna ain't going no fucking drill, and then all of a sudden,
Let's say he's talking about Gunna.
I think he is talking about Gunna.
I think he
There's
is.
what other rapper snitched that he gonna talk about?
Yeah, not yet.
This my thing, though. This how I feel. Bro, drop your project. You know what it's starting to come off as? You don't have any motion. You don't know what project. This how I feel, Thug. And this is where I challenge you, bruh. You don't know what direction to go in. You don't know who to work with. You haven't touched down in so long because you've been sat down for so long that you now got to come back out. So, like, you know the mountain you got to climb. And guess what? You also know you don't have the motion as the same motion as the rat who got out did, because Gunna already 2 products platinum already, and you talking about I might drop.
Yeah.
You got your, you know what I'm saying? Gunna got out and dropped Giving a Curse and said, I'm back at it. First track. You got out GQ interview.
Terrance, no, that's wrong. He got out.
The hottest thing
Put out snippets of music.
The hottest thing he did.
You love the Dumb Dumb Dumber joint.
True,
Your reaction is out there. You're jumping around.
Dumb
It was
Dumber.
cool.
I'm on record for
Niggas
saying we were excited to see Thug come back, but I mean, come on.
But the record was all right. My thing is this.
We all played that joint one time.
I think you said something very key, which is Gunna is doing well. Since Gunna came home, put out that first album, then he had that moment where he got on that Afro Beats joint. Remember that joint was going viral?
Yeah.
He had that moment. He got a second album. And guess what, T? What has Gunna not done this whole time? He haven't said one word, good or bad, for real, about Thug on any of his music. Not tweeting about you.
Yes, he did.
Terrance, not really, though.
He said some slight shit.
What'd he say? What did he say that was...
One of my favorite things he said, you talking that rat shit with all of that cheese, we having some lemons and squeeze. That's directly back at Thug, if you ask me, even right now.
Man,
Thug,
that sound like...
why are you, as a nigga who's a millionaire, made it out the hood, still talking about if you a rat, if you a snitch? That just sounds stupid as fuck.
T, I feel like that was that little baby in them. That wasn't that, Thug.
I'm just saying
that.
No, I'm just saying it applies now. Gunna
It
never
does.
said nothing direct to Thug, but Gunna definitely kind
But
of...
T, nah, that's my thing. Gunna didn't come out and use you,
No, he
Thug,
didn't. You're right.
to try and get motion and say, this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And
You can make
even
the
this-
argument that he didn't have to.
Yeah, T, but think about it, though. Any PR or anybody's team might make the suggestion, hey, if you do an interview and talk about this shit a little bit, it might bode well for you because of the look.
Sure, it probably was also in his little plea that he can't talk about it.
You know what? Maybe you're right. One thing that I'll just say, though, I think it's honorable that Gunna just got to it. He's not out here tweeting. Because Thug,
I don't care what y'all say. The biggest thing that the nigga
I'm
did...
sure Thug paperwork is much tighter than Gunna's. With that of things they can't do. But Thug's out here tweeting. I feel like Gunna could be doing the same thing, but he chose
just
not to.
Yeah.
He stuck to the music.
But also, you gotta read the room, bro. Gunna can't nobody get out here and say what? You can't say shit about Thug. Niggas think that you ratted on him. So Gunna's doing the smartest thing that what you can do, which is just focus on your craft and just get back to it. Thug blowing me because I'm actually a Young Thug fan since before Gunna was even a thing. I remember when Tomorrow to Infinity had Just Thug, it was my favorite song. And I remember Terrell used to tell you, they ruined my favorite song by putting this nigga on it named Gunna. Who the fuck is Gunna? Remember the first time I heard Gunna, I hated Gunna.
If you go back and look at our reaction, will it be in there or was that be Just the Thug version? I'm interested to know if...
It is Just the Thug version in there, I think.
It's the Thug. What's that album called? Beautiful Thugger
Beautiful
Girls.
Thugger Girls. Hope I see you.
That's a classic Mallory Bros reaction. That's a classic reaction from us from years ago.
That reaction right there, I will tell y'all, it amplified my love for Thug's versatility, but it also was the blessing and curse that would lead to what we get from Playboi Carti and these new artists where I feel like they just took it a little too far. Like, even when I look at them old reactions, I'm like, listen to what he's doing with his voice. Now that I'm older, I'm like,
Yeah, it's niggas like you. We
I
should.
cooked myself because Playboi Carti and them done doing it ridiculous. I'm sorry.
You know how it'd be a new king and the king get in and start just plucking off motherfuckers that did stuff he didn't agree with?
No, it's like Steph Curry
It
shooting
will
the
be
threes.
you're the reason.
You a Steph Curry fan. You think, fuck that, Steph Curry better than Jordan. You think you got this wild opinion, but guess what? Now Steph influenced these young kids to do some horrible shit.
That is. That's
You
true.
can't really back it.
That's true.
I
I just think your man need to focus on just putting out solid music, and I'm curious.
think he don't know what to
see
do.
what you can do. I feel the same way about ASAP Rocky. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to At Long Last ASAP.
People were saying that song that he just didn't do that well. For the gang gang?
Yeah, he ended up taking the video down, and honestly, everybody's kind of
Damn.
confused about what. Yeah, the video is not available anymore. But Brody, I was listening to Canal Street from At Long Last ASAP yesterday. I've been spinning that joint recently, y'all. That album, that pocket that he had back then, them first couple albums, dog, if he could tap back there, he might be all right. I feel like this whole rollout or roll in or whatever you want to call it just did not serve him well.
I'm telling you,
not
y'all-
served him well at all. It's just not like, yo.
Gunna returned with music because obviously he had it. Obviously when Gunna was in there.
Terrance, you know I was just talking about, because you don't listen when I be doing stuff.
I thought you were just talking about Young Thug.
No, Terrance, I was talking about, bro, you just brought him up. What's
Who?
his name? You're going to edit this and see it was just me talking.
Okay, but who are you talking about?
I was talking
you didn't get too
about-
far from what I was saying.
You just brought him up. What? Then, of course, right now I will blank on his name.
Gunna.
ASAP. So ASAP.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was
You were talking about his
how I
album.
was
His
listening
album.
to his old albums, how he get back in that pocket, it'd be dope, but it seemed like his rollout.
But it seemed like you were saying that
fucked his
the same.
whole-
But you saying the same thing about Thug too, right? Because you saying that about ASAP. You was like, I feel the same way about Rocky. That's the only reason why I brought up.
Oh, yeah, well, I feel like yeah.
Because what I'm about to say still goes for Rocky, bro. I feel like Gunna came out and put out a big ass album of music because he was legit ready to. These niggas that are stalling their albums do not have the music ready. That's just what I think, bro. If you had music ready and you was confident in it, you would drop it.
What about Roddy Ricch with the worried face on the cover?
Roddy Ricch is not ready to drop that album. If I was Roddy Ricch, I'd be terrified to drop it because y'all done deem me as every album is bad.
Nah, yeah.
I like the last album he did, but Roddy got a real reason to hesitate.
I'm just saying, your album was supposed to come out. We see his cover.
Buddy, she said Roddy with the nervous face.
He looked nervous on the cover.
the Reggie face, the little Roddy son face.
Say that's not Roddy on
Hey,
that
look, let me
cover.
tell y'all something. I be wanting to come on this joint and talk about. Y'all know I'm tapped into all of the streaming shit. Terrell don't be wanting me to talk about it.
I
because
never
he
said
feels
you
like it's
couldn't talk
messy.
about it.
He feels like, oh, what we gonna talk about?
No, Terrance, I feel like we need Terrance, and I don't want to do this in the podcast.
I wanna ask
you
them,
can say
Terrell.
you can make a point if you
I
want.
want to ask them, would y'all mind if we talked about more messy drama topics, or do y'all like the fact that me and Terrell low-key be staying away from
Certain things.
topics? Like,
Terrance want to
i.e.
come up here and Diddy trial y'all to death and talk
not
about the
Diddy
DDG
trial, but like Cardi B
stuff. He
and,
wants to talk
and
about
what's her name?
He wants to
not
talk about
dating
people.
anymore.
I just feel like it's enough niggas doing that. It is enough niggas. Because what you gonna say? Oh, she broke. Think
Y'all
about
leave y'all comments, please, because I'm telling you, I feel like y'all would enjoy us talking about some drama stuff.
I feel like we do enough of it. We literally just got 'em.
Love, I don't get enough of it. All I see is these vampires and bloodsuckers.
All I see is these niggas dressed like they play checkers.
All I see is these niggas that look like they field baseball fields. Did you see the girl who broke that down?
You look like a yes. Drizzy dropped the what did I miss?
When all of you hoes was on my dick, outside all right trying to take a pic, on stage singing all of my shit. What did I miss?
That's a good freestyle from the nigga. You dress like a bitch.
Terrell, why you keep talking trash when the niggas are Scruff McGruff? Look at that nigga's beard.
You dress-
This nigga's on one today, but he got a John Deere Orioles hat on. I've never seen that hat. I don't even like the color combination.
one-on-one. First of all, I have
they
to
don't even
keep
have a
up.
uniform for that hat.
Let's talk
Fuck
about
outta
these
here,
teams, boy. Y'all the worst in the league like shit, boy. Three! The Nats
I can't talk.
The Nats strike out again.
We just fired our general manager and our manager, and people are like firing these two before All-Star.
Like the nigga that will be over there mad, ready to bring in the next pitcher, boy. They finally got a black Montrez, boy.
What you mean?
New assistant GM.
Don't forget, we keep diversity GMs. Kyle Ripken played for y'all. Don't forget that. What's he doing these days?
You look like the black teacher at the school that loves baseball. You a real big Nats fan. You here with the summer camp.
Terrell,
and
you
they know you love the team. You came with the paraphernalia.
Terrell, what do you look like? You look like you a part of the green squad on field day, boy, working at the school. Fuck out of here. Basic ass tee. And I'm not going to tell y'all how much he's spending for this tee, but Terrell is spending buku
It's an Elwood
bucks.
tee, y'all. It's an Elwood tee.
You see, I don't keep using that term.
45.
Spending buku bucks.
Right, you sound like
He's spending buku
It's an
bucks on
Elwood tee. Fellas, get your basic tees from Elwood. White, white, any color block
Niggas
tee
are going to
you
go
want.
to Elwood and
Go to
say,
Elwood. If you don't feel like dressing for niggas like today, I threw on this t-shirt because I said, you know what, I'm
Elwood.
not dressing up for niggas. I don't got a haircut. Fuck it.
I'm going to keep it 100
We
with y'all.
outside
Maybe it's
this
just,
way.
maybe it's
an
just me.
Elwood tee. This nigga Terrance wants you to get the see-through. Remember when SpongeBob had that sack from under Squidward bed and he could see his hands through it? That's how them t-shirts are. If you got I got
Terrell,
a beater under this, y'all. A beater.
You
Can
keep
see
saying I
that?
got on a beater. What do we need a t-shirt that doesn't show our beater for? Why?
That's how you know if it's cheap. You cheap ass nigga.
Terrell,
Fruit
that
of the
doesn't
loom
look
face,
that doesn't look
nigga.
rich. That doesn't look of value. That looks Walmart. If you told me you got it from Target, I will believe you. If you told me you got that
I'm
from
not saying I'm wearing the most expensive t-shirt. Niggas don't turn into the t-shirt, whatever.
that nigga got his shirt from the gas station. Nigga got that with some
Terrance, nah,
hot
you-
fries
okay,
and
boy,
some
what you-
peach rings.
Where you get that?
Fuck it, I might as well get a shirt and get a brisk. I guess I get me a brisk.
lighter.
They said this nigga's buying all the
The-
stuff
the
we don't
orange one.
normally sell. See if that nigga wants some mitts.
You dress.
Take that nigga back there to the hats with no
Showing the
logos.
Chargers, right?
He got the Tyler Perry in 4 colors.
I never want to go and I never want to buy anything you niggas are selling at the gas station. You ever talk to that one gas station clerk that obviously wants you to buy one? I'm getting the Reese's drink that I like, right?
Yeah.
At one point I was eating these Reese's bars tough. The bar joint they made, right? I go up there, he like, buy one, get one. I'm like, boy, I only want one.
I only want one. You want to know what's
But you talking my language.
Y'all know what's fucked up? That's one of them jobs where
I'll
like
be right back.
you be trying to do your job, then somebody just doesn't give you any attention. You literally after that be like, why the fuck am I living my life?
Nah, yeah.
No, you know what, sir? We actually have a 2-for-1. You get one candy bar and you get another. And the dude's like, it's a fucking candy bar, all right? And just ring me up. You're like, why the fuck am I living my life?
I've had that moment before. Good afternoon, sir. What brings you here today? Yeah. Oh, you know we got to get you signed up for our membership. They're like,
I was
sir,
thinking-
you can cut the whole act. I don't give a fuck about it, dude. I just want to get these headphones. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll find them. Thanks.
Low key, that's me now. That's me now. I ain't gonna lie. Also, if I see somebody in
Shit.
public, you gotta clean it up too, cause it's like, yo, I'm not ready to see. I'll be on. If you ever see me in public and I'm not by myself, I'm with the B. If you ever see me with the B or A Train, I feel like I'm a different nigga. I'm like Julius with them too. You know what I'm saying?
Julius, who?
Beyonce bodyguard. What do you want?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want? I don't like energy, bro. I don't like energy. I don't like when niggas come stand next. I don't like this nigga came and stood behind A Train, but he like this. I said,
Nah,
bro,
yeah.
come stand right here.
Now, yeah, I will stand in front of a nigga. I don't give a fuck. If it was a nigga with a Samoan nigga stood behind G, guess what?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Your great collie ass can go straight to the ground.
Huh?
You think I'm scared of the what's that DC superhero? You think I'm scared of Aquaman, but I'm not. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know his greatest weakness. And right now, you're not in water. He gonna say, what the fuck is your problem, dude? I'm on him and he's intimidated. Hold on, boo.
Hold on, wait. What was we just in the middle of? In the middle of Little Italy.
Oh, Shorty
Little
came
bitty.
over. She said she chilling with you, a white boy. The fit that he got on look like he created stuck in the middle with you.
Boo. Meanwhile, this nigga look like he's from a Jordan Peele movie. He looked like he belonged at the Diddy trial for a court service. He's actually dressed like Kevin Samuels, but sport version.
We're gonna continue it through.
So, y'all, Drizzy dropped this new record, right? Did this whole Iceman episode 1. The rollout is here, man. Iceman is on the way. He put out What Did I Miss, right? The video for. We got a little bit of a snippet from us up, and apparently in the reaction that we did that just dropped on Patreon. Shout out to everybody that's on the Patreon.
Shout out.
Apparently we didn't listen to the whole Superman drink. There was a little bit more that we were supposed to listen to.
What?
All good because we got the album coming, right?
Oh, you guys should have tapped in. About 35 minutes later, there was the end of that long ass video.
Like, he rode around a little bit more and then he played.
He rode around a little bit more. He passed over.
Nah, yeah. But I gave Drake scrutiny on this podcast. I was like, yo, you said it was gonna be a lit summer, and nigga, you haven't popped out. So I feel like he going for he was thinking more of July, August. I was thinking, nigga, you was gonna be here early May, as soon as the season changed.
Nah, yeah.
But I mean, what you think? What you think about the song? What you think about the album?
I think, like he said,
so
if he's had to be if there's any time it's like when he had to be a vet seasoned in preparations with all of this. What do you
the
say?
medals decorated in honor and decoration.
Decoration.
My jacket is
Imagination.
covered in. I forget what he said. I actually still like Hard Boss. That's my even though some of it aged very bad, some of it is still fire to me.
He has to be very prepared with every single thing that he does. And I think that's why we didn't get a lit summer, because low key, he probably could have dropped some stuff, bro, but he probably was like, nah,
Terrance, that nigga was giving us all types of BS.
But
hey there, Delilah.
But that's what I was gonna tell you.
It was like, I mean, Wagwan.
What if I think maybe that nigga was putting some of that stuff out, knowing like, okay, I'm not about to drop all my fire stuff, knowing y'all about to kill everything first. I was gonna tell you, it might have been smart for him to hold off on certain heat, because everything Drake was gonna put out after the beef was gonna be like received in two ways. I think the further we get away from the beef, the more true his actual response can be.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
And y'all see me and Trey got on the same watch. I call him my twin because that mean my brother, he got the same roller. He matching me. My watch and a lot of my watches, believe it or not,
ticking no more.
I was just about to say that. Whenever my watch dies, y'all might notice. Even some of my good ones.
They said it's been 9:14 on this motherfucker watch for 3 weeks.
Stepping on my point, because literally I set all of my watches to 9 just because. I'm still gonna look at my phone low key most of the time for the time.
You still a millennial at heart.
So when you look at my wrist, I'm helping you out. You ever peep that? I'm helping you out.
So he gets okay. I like that. I actually really like that. That's a good bar.
There we go.
For
there
a nigga that is.
Come on, like I said, this is my thing. I'm helping you out. So if a nigga say, oh, his clock ain't whatever.
If a nigga say his clock ain't titching.
You know what's funny? The episode of Pop the Balloon where the girl was like, and your watch is actually broken. He was like, it's actually not broken. It's not broken.
What did he say?
He said, it's not broken. Just needs a bit. She said, okay, so broken. He didn't say anything. He had to just take that L. I always thought about that. And your watch is broken. He was like,
you're standing there
it's
with
actually
your
not
balloon
broken.
in the
It's
watch.
just needs a battery.
If she said, okay, still broken, now I'm popping my balloon. Now we okay. I didn't want to say anything about you, but
Terrell, that's the crazy thing. A girl could be like, and your glasses, they're too big for your face. And you like,
actually, this is the way I like it.
If that's what you think, this is the only size they had left. Look. They're popping, and then they come back and be like, it was the glasses coming.
She made me realize.
Yeah, she made me realize, I guess the glasses do look goof.
You were like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, motherfucker.
You really don't like this motherfucker.
But look, y'all. Damn, back on the Drizzy shit.
What did I miss?
Nah, you was right about it though. You was right about you was right about it. You said it was probably smart for him to wait, whatever. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah.
But you said, what do I think? What do I think? I was gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
One thing I would let me stop doing that. I have to admit that I like the track. I listened to it more than once. Them horns, that instrumentation in the background, it's a lot more than Drake that I'm listening to, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with it. I mean, there's elements of the video that I told you I didn't really bang with. Didn't really bang with the guns. Didn't really bang with some of the things that I feel like were performative. That was it, just the guns and like maybe some of the...
looking back, it was kind of, as you watch more and more, you'll be like...
And I told Terrell on the video, I'm going to say real quick, I told Terrell I felt like Drizzy should have went up instead of going down. I told Terrell I felt like instead of Drizzy leaning more into the... it kind of feels like he's on his like, you know... I'm not going to say caveman, but the example I used was Batman, but like... he seems to be like, okay, he's driving the big truck. You know, he's got, I told you like the Dickie outfit. I was thinking that Drake was gonna go up and just be sitting on this money, doing things that seemed like he was like,
Untouchable. Unreachable, yeah.
Unreachable. I'm not mad at what he's doing though. We gotta wait and see it all come out because also like Terrell is saying, there's the response to your situation, but then we could also be excited for a Drizzy album. You know?
Nah, yeah.
We don't have to just wait for this whole album to be full of responses. Feel me?
Yeah, and I think that's the worst thing to do. I think the records that we got, the What Did I Miss joint, the Supermax joint, let those be the records that people can look forward to because those are going to be the ones where you kind of address shit. You know what I'm saying? But your album, if you ask me, I think your album need to be like showing that you still in tip-top shape. And that don't mean making a bunch of records towards niggas.
Yeah.
That means showing niggas that you still the nigga that can make the most hits, still the nigga that can do. You need to focus on being that guy. And I think that is his focus. We haven't seen a Drake rollout like this.
Yeah.
Since I would say probably what? CLB. But CLB didn't start this early. CLB was billboards, he got the haircut, some other stuff, but
And you can make the argument that Drake will always essentially be in a certain shape. Like he haven't fell off. No Kia did well.
Nah, yeah.
Sexy
but
Songs
like,
for You is one of the better albums this year. You could say he haven't shown no whatever, but I get what you mean as far as like the hip hop space where you just took that L.
Exactly.
You still got a little bit of like a chip on your shoulder, and you need to get that off.
If you look at the reception, bro, when you actually rapping, you good. But like I said in the video, he fed the streets with everything else before this moment. You got the Nokia joint, so you feed the Hotline Bling fans, you know, with the Nokia record. That's like I can play this joint anywhere, you know?
Nah,
And then you satisfy your R&B fans with the party record that I'm still playing. Bro, that Somebody Loves Me, you bought that expensive ass
I told y'all on the
Instagram
podcast.
Timer for real. They
I
are
told
ripping
y'all
you
on the
niggas
podcast.
off. We can't focus for shit this week.
I absolutely love this motherfucker in the gym, man. My God, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Do it have a magnet?
It has a magnet, so it could only go on like, of course, like metal stuff, so it's not gonna just go on a random wall. But
You can put that motherfucker on most racks. Like,
bro, yes. Bro, and when I tell you people be watching me in the gym, I look like I got my own little unit. Because look,
This
after about
motherfucker selling me.
I'll go to maybe 1 minute. Sometimes I do minute 15 for my workout. And then I just do that and then just set it. Hold on, wait, let me see if I can. I just set it on.
He about to break the motherfucking.
Sped the minute up. Either way.
Anyway. Not for sale no more.
I'm gonna put a 15-minute timer and we just gonna pod and y'all gonna say that his timer's still going. You see it back there? That's what I wanted if you was paying attention for my Christmas list. It's not like you're gonna remember birthday.
Nigga birthday passed already?
Nigga, watch with his girl.
But
That one's Terrell, that one's Terrance.
But yeah, y'all, man, we excited for it. We'll see what we get. I'm just glad we got a little bit of a slate of music coming. I only wanted to really bring up the Drizzy to say it seemed like the summer about to be all right.
100%.
Drizzy gonna drop. Metro say he dropping a project July. Offset and Quavo. We got what is Quavo drink called? Satchmo, something like that.
I don't know, but I'm
I
definitely
forget,
looking
but-
forward to a solo Quavo
Hey,
project. Definitely.
Solo Migos projects. Cardi's dropping. You still got
come on,
Clips
Clips
on
probably
Friday.
most anticipated.
On Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We at that Clips.
Clips is dropping. Somebody else just announced today that they're dropping an album on the 11th. It's somebody that I rock with.
It is, and we need to do it, is Larry June.
Larry June.
I did Larry June and 2 Chainz joints, so if we'll do that together. I will do that.
So look, I was gonna tell y'all, I feel like I just on the TL. I don't even know they podcast. I don't know, but it was just
Fucked up.
Well, you know they didn't even talk about it. It was just somebody who asked it. He left it for the comments. So I said back. Would you rather make $100K a month working 12 hours a day, or make $10K a month doing absolutely nothing?
So I could make $100,000 a month. You said?
You make $100,000 a month, but you work a 12-hour day. You get two. I told Trey he can get 2 off days.
Yeah, 12 hours for 5 days. So I'm working hella shit
For $100,000 a month. I feel like this is a relatively easy question, y'all.
Jesus Christ, you working 48 hours a week. No. More than that. You working a 60 bomb, right?
You smacking it.
512s?
Yeah. You working 60 hours a week.
Shit.
For 100 racks.
100 racks, though.
I'm up.
Terrance is probably, let's see what you going to pick. I want to know what you pick, because then I'm
This is a trick question, y'all. The reason why it's a trick question is because you don't think about the time. Nobody ever talks about how long you got to do it. If it's the rest of my life, I might have a different answer than for a short period. Because for a short period, I'd work the 12 hours and rack up them 100K months. And then I'm stepping off.
See, but you add in a layer of context that I didn't know we could do.
Right,
Of course, I would say that.
but that's why I said that.
Nigga, they said it was 3 months or...
Yeah, that's why I just said that. Because Logan, it's hard to me, all right, bet.
Well, what answers the question for you? That what you saying is true. Time. You need to know how long you got to do it before you can make your decision.
I need to know how long I'm going to be doing my decision. Because I also think if it's for the rest of my life, I want to do the 10K.
The 10K, 100%.
10K and do nothing. Because I feel like 10K is enough for you to live pretty well.
It's actually
that's a lot.
It's a no-brainer to do the 10K when you really think about it. 100K a month, you're going to have a lot more money, but you're going to have way less time.
The only way I would do the 100K is this, y'all.
You're not going to be doing anything if you work 512s. I'm sorry, y'all. Them 2 off days, you're resting to
I would only
heal
do it
and recover and get ready for the next 5.
I would only do it if I was doing the job that I absolutely loved. Like, if it was my dream job. To make 100 racks a month doing your dream job and you actually going to work enjoying it, you getting off work, you and your lady got your 12-hour shit together.
I don't care what nobody say. It don't even matter if it's your dream job. You have to allot, defend, and prepare time for yourself to be not doing that, even if you love it.
That's true. What if my man get 12 hours? He get off and then...
10s. Yeah, I come from working 12s. 10s.
I come from working 12 and 10s. More than you.
Terrance, please. Come on, I was salary for 5 years. Were you ever...
Terrell, you ain't worked 12 for 5 years.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
And I was a manager that was working 12s.
But when you worked 12, you had to clock that. I didn't. When you salary, you could get abused.
You think I was clocking it legit? I was spanking their ass and you know it.
Or they was spanking you.
What you mean, Terrell? I was getting paid way more than I was supposed to. Because look, I was supposed to get an extra 5 hours of overtime. I was spanking their ass for an extra 15,
That's
10
what I'm
sometimes.
saying. You had to clock it. I was working 12s and your check gonna be the same because you salary,
you're
bro.
right. You're right.
And did that shit for a long time. That's the only reason why I think, that work, you really gotta think about it, because even if it's your dream job, what happened after 2-3 years? Now the dream part. Think about these niggas that's in the NFL. They playing their dream job. They will always say it. But at the end of the day, they love when they get off.
Damn, no bullshit.
Yeah.
No bullshit. It's some of my niggas right now, some of my folks right now that's listening to this podcast and you working at 12. Shout out to you if you use the Mallory Bros podcast to get through. I know sometimes, look, I mean, I wish I could do it, but you guys are fucking uploading fucking time on my fucking shift. Hey, look, sorry, bro, but I know you be tapping in on the next day. We are some people's Wednesday podcast. How about that?
Fucking terrible.
Happy Wednesday to some of you who are listening right now on this Wednesday. Happy Thursday if you listen on Thursday. Happy Friday. If you want to play in the catch-up game.
Let's just do every day of the week.
And happy Saturday. That'd be me with Sunny. Y'all know that I'm like that with my daughter. I kind of feel guilty if I don't tell her every color that I see. If I just told her purple. You see purple? Oh, and then there's blue. And now I have to go and say every color.
Bro, guess what she about to know all of? Colors. You got to talk to these. You just need to narrate your life. I told crew today, we got to add some cinnamon. We got to add some cinnamon roll seasoning to our yogurt because I got this cinnamon bun seasoning.
Y'all know over the last couple years, they've been releasing GMO mosquitoes. And it's funny, I just found this out yesterday from my sis.
Can he explain that?
Bro, that means that they're putting, they literally.
What is a GMO mosquito?
Same thing a GMO orange is. Same thing a GMO apple is. Same thing them GMO fake ass grapes you be
How the
eating.
hell they give them life?
Terrell, I don't know, but you know what they doing?
You're telling me they're creating living things that stung my son, stung me yesterday.
But this is the thing. They said there was a malaria outbreak, right? So what they did is they have these GMO mosquitoes that are made to go around the world with a vaccination for malaria that's made to help prevent. You know what people say?
This nigga saw this on In Wokeness.
Bullshit. What they really did is they put the disease in the mosquitoes. Either way, y'all, we talking conspiracy, but I will say this. This GMO mosquito thing is not a hoax. It's not fake. This is actually a real thing. And me and A-Train was saying it this year. I have been bitten worse by mosquitoes this year than any of the past 5 years. It's something in the water. No, it ain't. It's these GMO motherfuckers that they put in the sky. I think that's insane.
They have
You know,
been.
Bill Gates is behind this.
Yeah, I just recently tweeted about the mosquitoes because it is bad. And it's worse up here, bro. We went to DR, didn't get bit none. I could have been where we was at because they definitely was there. But it's something about these mosquitoes out here. Anybody that's from the DMV know Northeast mosquitoes are the worst. DC got a different batch of mosquitoes. Them joints have that, you know the mosquito that sit on you and it got that tail that does that?
That's actually
That's a fucking adult. The DC mosquitoes got like them white spots. You could just see that joint sitting on you. It's gonna fly off.
We got them. We got
That
them,
bump serious. Woo.
Do y'all know that every single fly that I showed y'all in that video from that maggots on my trash can legit came to life, and I had to legit kill over 400 flies? I guess I never talked about that. I got
You never showed a video. What?
a minute ago. Remember I told y'all I had all them maggots in my trash can.
Oh,
all
yeah.
them motherfuckers came to
Them
life.
joints grew up. He thought he killed them.
Terrell, I did not say. Me and Terrell did not say. I think we maybe had one video that might have went up. I don't know. Remember, we was killing bugs throughout the video. Oh, maybe
That
we did
was
it.
the Lil Wayne and the Carter 6 reaction. They didn't see any bugs in that video. I cut it all out.
My goodness.
But yes, oh my God, we was both down that joint in between tracks.
Terrell was like, "Damn, you got flies, bro." Oh yeah, you got flies. Then he was like, "Yo, you might have a problem."
Nah, once we killed the 4th fly, it was like, hey, nigga, you need to close your doors. Stop leaving that door open. Once we got to like, y'all not even lying, we killed like 15 flies down there.
Yeah,
I said, Terrance, because y'all know how I am.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro.
You just know, you know how like, in like the superhero movie, he be talking regular, then you see the crime, you look back at this nigga, he's in uniform already?
Yes.
That's exactly how I felt. I had to go into my exterminator mode and say, hey, I got to keep it real with you, twin. You got a little bit of an infestation brewing.
Don't tell me that's
You
one.
need to find the source. All right, Brett, niggas don't care about this.
Look, let's talk about what you look like. You look like you like to move it. So let's move the topic forward.
Terrance, you look like Melman, boy. Sick ass
fuck
giraffe.
boy, you look like Peter Calibut. Nigga look like the king. Come on,
Julian.
what is going on? What is wrong, everybody?
He was the funniest nigga in that movie. Hold up. Where Beasley at?
Oh wait, hold up. He was in the middle of a scheme. There was a tweet that went viral on Twitter. 2.3 million views the last time I looked at it. That I wanted to bring to the podcast, where the guy said, "My therapist told me that cutting people off was a bad thing. She's next." A bunch of retweets, a bunch of likes,
yeah.
I told Terrell, damn, that joint pinpointed something to me that I feel like is new with maybe the last couple generations, maybe our generation and after. But I told Terrell, it seems like we're starting to really make it cool to like run away from problem solving. Like a tweet that's talking about what your therapist said.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're saying, that's like saying, my trainer told me to stop eating cheeseburgers. So I fired him. And then that gets a ton of retweets.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, everybody mentally is like, kind of like maybe not even, or thinking the right way, or everybody's thinking the same way. I'm not here to say everybody's thinking right or wrong.
Yeah, it might be one of them guilty ones where you like it and you know it's fucked up, but you agree with it. So
That's what I'm about to say. A lot of people are taking pride in like, I want to feel the way I feel. You know what? Fuck my trainer. Fuck my therapist. That's how people are
Nah,
these
you're
days.
right though.
Yeah. So, and then look, on Twitter and in social media is where you get to freely agree. So I'm not going to make it real deep, but I will say I think a lot of you have seen, I don't know if y'all saw that clip of that black therapist that was out there. She was a woman, but she was talking about how these days it seems like we're softer. She said, it seems like we self-internalize everything now, a lot of people. Like now
I did
you're
see
not
that.
experiencing life. You're now reacting to what life is doing to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't walk down the street and say, damn, I was walking down the street. They was having a water balloon fight and they throwing it across the street. One of them hit me. Ain't it crazy, these kids? You thinking they saw me walking and they targeted me. And with everybody thinking this, that puts everybody in a state where they need what, Terrell? Therapy. So with people more likely to go to therapy now, we're now making it popular, and I feel like I'm rapping, we now making it popular to say, fuck my therapist. Do you feel what I'm saying?
No, you're right. But you know what? It also is low-key marketing therapy, though. It still markets therapy. Because I saw that tweet. I thought that tweet.
And it made you want to go to
I
therapy?
saw that tweet and said, damn, I need a therapist.
And I'm not.
And you're right, though. You're right about how I feel like, you're right, but I feel like what you're saying is actually not a terrible thing if it means more people are actually going to therapy.
What makes you think that a tweet like that gonna make people want to go to therapy?
I don't think it's gonna make people want to go to therapy, but I feel like what you're saying about therapy and how now everybody feel like they need it. I actually do think everybody
this
should
what I'm
take
saying,
advantage of
y'all.
therapy.
Remember my first point, which was that people feel the need to like take care of themselves and just tell themselves they don't need anybody or anything. And all I'm saying is we're starting to see that on a very much bigger scale than just that one guy. If the world starts talking down and not really valuing what a therapist say, and you can say, oh, my therapist told me not to do this, but fuck it. I'm not sitting here saying that I don't understand the jokes of tweets like that, but how many times have we seen y'all tweet and retweet shit, but that really be how y'all feel? Some people will say, you made it serious and you missed a joke. But it be thousands, these joints be having thousands of retweets and it ain't all people laughing, you know?
100%. But I also feel like the tweet itself should be taken like the person that said, my trainer today, fuck it, I'm getting a burger. Nobody is thinking, oh, y'all, we about to start not caring about what personal trainers think and everybody gonna be fat. This is just a moment where, fuck my trainer, I'm about to get a burger.
I feel
We all know that we value what they do and whatever. Same thing with therapists. I think the tweet leads to a conversation about how people deal with. You talked about how we shouldn't run from problems. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my
Like
point, y'all.
cutting everybody off, just cutting people off isn't a good thing. It's a terrible thing we do. And I was telling Terrance, I feel like we kind of sometimes can lean too far into the things that relieve us from the stress of other things to the point where now you a little dangerously leaned into that. You know?
Yeah.
Some people pick up things as habits, dealing with stress, and now you like have a problem with that. And for a lot of us, it's social media. Coming off of Men's Mental Health Month, niggas need to take advantage of therapy as much as they can. I do get sometimes like,
This isn't me trying to say that niggas need to go to therapy or people need to go to therapy.
no, it sounds like you're telling
I'm just
people,
saying-
it sounds like you're more so saying that it seems like people are everybody trying to be that I need therapy guy.
Terrell, no, it's not even about therapy. I just feel like the world is running away from our problems.
Oh, well, what do you mean when you say, I feel like everybody's trying to be that different guy? You said something like that. Everybody trying to be that guy, that different guy.
Because like everybody's trying to be I'm not gonna say that different guy, but I feel like, because maybe I shouldn't say that. All I'm really trying to say, y'all, is this. It seems like we have a culture in the world growing of one that is like, I'm gonna stay over here with mine, you gonna stay over there with yours. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only gonna worry about me and mine, you gonna worry about you and yours. That seems like the mindset of like most people. And while I feel like that's not necessarily a super bad mindset, when it gets to the point where you're just cutting people off, Terrell, I know me and Terrell talk about this all the time because I feel like in families, y'all get older and your family expand. And y'all have to keep yourselves together. Otherwise, your fam not gonna be the same. And I think people are more cool with it nowadays. Like, even on the family side, I feel like.
But how does that connect to the tweet about the therapist?
Because I was saying the dude said he was cutting people off, and his therapist told him it was a bad idea. So he said, she next. And I said, okay, we at the point now where we not saying, yo, we should go to therapy. That's not the tweet that's getting all the retweets. That tweet probably won't get no retweets no more. Now we at a point where saying fuck going to therapy or fuck my therapist, I feel like that's...
But are they saying fuck my therapist, or are they saying that just because they don't want to not cut people off?
But that's my thing, Terrell. You can't sit here and act like everybody's going to therapy now.
No. I just don't look
That's
at
what
that
I'm
tweet
saying.
as a fuck therapy tweet.
But I'm
as
not
much
looking,
as I look at it as...
I'm not looking at it as a fuck therapy tweet. I'm looking at it, he said he cutting motherfuckers off.
No, but you said
the
because
therapist is wrong, so he gonna cut the therapist off. I'm talking about the cutting motherfuckers off just because I don't need anybody part is the only part I'm talking about. This is less about therapy more so than it's like, my doctor told me to stop eating whatever, so I'm cutting them off. It's like, yo, you can't cut your doctor off. Like, we live in a society now where people feel like, I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna just focus on ChatGPT. I'm gonna just do everything for me.
I see what he's saying.
It's getting kind of stretched, but
All right, bet. Jurassic Rebirth. Well, let me say this. Y'all, we talked last week, I believe it was, just last week, about Jurassic Park and how the critic reviews came back early and shit wasn't looking peachy, right? These motherfuckers went crazy at the box office. 318 million worldwide, despite the
Sheesh.
51% critic score, right?
yeah.
And fun fact, this makes, I don't know if you noticed, but Scarlett Johansson is now the highest grossing female lead ever.
Damn.
14.8 billion.
They gave her the
Total.
lead for them Avengers films.
I don't know how that is. I need to look
Yeah.
into that, but like, it's probably, I was thinking that. I was like, yo, she was Marvel Universe. Same way Samuel Jackson is the highest grossing male.
Not gonna disrespect. She got hits.
Of course.
Scarlett
But
Johansson one of the ones.
Yeah, but when I think about grossing, I'm like, damn, that means you gotta legit have been in movies that made hella money.
Hell yeah.
But I think this conversation.
She's also been acting for a very long time, Scarlett Johansson.
She has. I think this conversation just gives credence to the fact that nostalgia is more important than story when it comes to the theaters.
But
And it's not a good look that the critic reviews came back so bad.
yeah.
But they go crazy at the box office. So technically, this is success.
Terrell, if McDonald's stopped selling burgers, dogs, everything.
McDonald's doesn't sell hot dogs.
Not dogs, but like, if McDonald's stopped selling burgers, chicken, apple pies, everything, and only started selling fries, right? You wouldn't go look at the fry sales and say, fries are selling. You know what I mean? You wouldn't just say fries were successful because this is the only thing that people are gonna buy. You know what I mean?
But what do you mean by? No. Okay, so
I feel like
you-
Jurassic Park's numbers being good, you know what I'm saying? 350 million worldwide. I see that as a win for the box office, but it's not a win for the industry. And I feel like the way it gets reported, they act like it's a win for the industry. But if the movie is still bad enough for the critics to give it a 51 and even audience members say that it's bad, but since everybody collectively saw it and it ran up all of this money, I just kind of feel like it's the same as music with the first week numbers, where it's impressive
Yeah,
that this Jurassic Park Rebirth made all this money, right? But where does it rank on all of Jurassic Park films?
It's actually not.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Some of it, a lot of it, and most of it comes from the fact, it comes from a couple things. Kids, dinosaurs, you're always gonna make money.
They're always gonna make money.
Like doing a dinosaur movie, you gonna make bread.
And that's what I meant about the French fries, where it's like,
Yeah, but I feel
they
like
don't
that,
really have much to compete with.
Yeah, but see, that's more so looking at the industry as a whole, right? And one of the things you gotta think about is a film like this doing 318 with a bad story. Now it just kind of sets precedent for the fact that, look, who give a fuck about the story if we know we're going to hit all of the right other marks to dominate box office? And as much as you want to act like, I hate when we act like box office is the industry, whatever, look at what everybody's doing. Everybody does what the industry does. Just to give you another level. I'm not going to say the box office. I'm not going to say that. I just don't think that you can say this movie's good because look at this movie is this good because of look at what it did at the box office. But I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I said this is success for the box. This is success. I guess you're right. If you the studio that came out with that film, right? That is a success. Holy shit, the critic scores were fucked up, but this was a success. Why? I don't get why that's a success. If everybody, 18 mil. But if all the critics say that they hated the movie, back in the day, Troy, do you get that? But back in the day, it was not about. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Is the movie good or not? Not, oh, well, it made the money back. Who gives a fuck? But nobody's going to talk about it after this year. It made the money back. So now we think it's still a big success for the studio, T. It's literally one of the highest grossing. They've made like 3 movies, Jurassic Park, in the last couple years after that Chris Pratt joint. This one still needed to either be a success or failure is what I'm saying. It was going to be looked at as I'm just saying, you can't even tell me really about these last couple films. So, and all of them were successes. All of them were successes. Based on the numbers, they've all made money and been successful, but you can't even tell me what the movies are about. So I'm like, it's a success only for the money flippers of this, the producers that I get. But we as audience members, if the movie isn't good, what do we get out of? But the studios, they don't care. That's my question to you is, does that even matter anymore? Think about it. Yes, in 2014, 2000, in the early 2010s, when we graduated college, the films that were like blockbusters that was making all the money, they was good movies. Django, Gatsby, Prisoners. I'm sorry, Prisoners. I wouldn't say had a crazy theatric release. I thought you were talking about. But Nolan films, The Dark Knight was crazy. But like, I mean, films that went crazy at the box office, but were also still like celebrated by critics, like good movies. Okay. And I feel like now, like just are we talking about Jurassic Park? Sure, but just to give it another leg, did you see that Elio animated joint that came out? It was an animated film that came out. I think the budget was like 200 mil, something like that. They only did 36 million domestic. And people were talking about how since that film, an original idea, 90% critic score, but since it didn't have an existing intellectual property attached to it, people feel like it didn't do well. And then when you look at Jurassic Park, I don't know. But you see, that's a part of it. Because if it don't have a legacy of films that everybody grew up on, Jurassic World, Toy Story, all the other ones that seem to work, Inside Out 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just going off shit we've been going off. The new idea doing 36 mil, bro, is a bad thing because, damn, y'all haven't had an L like this in a minute. It's maybe the movie ain't good. Maybe the idea wasn't good. That doesn't necessarily heralded by critics. That's what I'm talking about. Am I able to say anything to what you're saying? Are you listening? Because now you're literally listening to you, and I can respond how I want. You're responding with something that's wrong. No, I'm responding how I want. What if the movie? I'm listening to what you said. I heard it. But hold on, wait. What if the movie itself just wasn't good? It doesn't have to be that nostalgia is like more. The movie is heralded by critics as a 90% critic score. It's a good movie. It didn't do at the box office. But that doesn't mean that a movie. So you're saying, what if the movie ain't good? Have you never? But it's a critically acclaimed but you're talking about critic score. If just because the critics like a movie doesn't always mean that the audience will, and vice versa. The audience. It's like you're judging a movie on everything but the actual movie. Terrance, we're talking about the movie itself and how it's literally being critiqued. The movie is either good. This movie that is deemed really good struggled at the box office. Terrell. Well, this one that was deemed bad went crazy because it had an attached IP. Okay. That's the only point. All I'm saying for you is like, it seems like a lot of what you're talking about is about like information surrounding the movie. Box office numbers and critic scores. These are all
things that are like manipulated. You know what I mean? Critic scores are manipulated. They can pay critics to give it a good score, especially Disney. That's why it's like we're not about to take that so serious. Sometimes I feel like people think Disney isn't capable of a flop. And I ain't never heard of this Elio thing. What was it about, Terrell? I mean, my thing is like...
That's the point.
Terrell, no, it's not.
The point
my
is,
thing is like...
it doesn't have an original IP.
But I'm sorry,
it doesn't have an original IP, so it's an original idea that did not track well. With all the money they put behind it.
I don't think that is like an example or proof that original or indicator that original ideas aren't good and nostalgia ideas are good, because we're gonna take a new test idea for a Disney film and compare it to a monster like Jurassic Park. I just feel like that's not fair. They can literally put anybody in Jurassic Park and it's gonna do good. They got Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala. I actually wanted to see it when I saw they did it. The point
isn't to compare Jurassic. It's not to compare movie to movie. It's to compare the trend of nostalgia and nostalgia success versus this is not just somebody did
that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can use Disney's flop as, original films don't work, because we can point to original films that do work.
No, yeah. Nobody is making the big grand statement that original films don't work. I'm just pointing to the fact that with animated films recently, it's been existing IP normally for success.
So what's your point?
It's been
you are making that point then. You just said you're not making a point that you are making.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not.
So what's the point then?
You're making it seem like I'm comparing Jurassic World to Elio as a film. No,
I'm not. I'm saying you're comparing the success, and I'm saying you can't compare one that has, like you said, existing IP. So people are gonna line up to see just the nostalgia aspect, and then you want to say, oh well, this movie flopped. It was an original idea, so I guess that speaks to nostalgia movies having...
It speaks to the fact that people are not excited about new film. It doesn't seem like... And Terrance, show me the box office outside of Sinners. Original films have struggled tremendously at the box office.
F1's doing good.
F1 is doing good, but don't act like...
F1's doing good.
Original films have just been smoking the box office. They have not, and have
I
been
never
on the way
said that
out
they
ever
have been
since Marvel
smoking,
took
but
off.
what you're talking about is well, look at the success Jurassic Park had, and look at the failure that Disney just had with an original film. All I'm telling you is Jurassic Park is always gonna have success, but that don't mean, because guess what? There's one Jurassic Park series. Acting like Jurassic Park is doing anything but just literally holding on to the only fucking thing they have. They're not putting out great ass movies,
but that's the point.
But since they're making money, you trying to make it seem like it's a success.
It is a success. You make $300 million. That's not a success.
Well, I'll tell you this.
You may not like how it's successful, but you can't say it's not successful.
I disagree with you, and I personally don't see y'all making y'all money back plus some as a success if your movie isn't loved. I mean, I guess I get it, but the person that I'm saying, the person that I am, I don't look at the money that a movie made and measure its success by that at all.
Get out of here. It was some crazy shit went down in Philly and I think in Texas where it's just like mass crime. You see, in Philly, it was like 15 people shot or something like that. You seen the video going around with everybody ducking on the porch?
That was crazy.
And then I forget what happened in Texas, but prayers to the people that lost their life. It is just a crazy, crazy time. So with that said, I think everybody should just, and I think, Terrance, that goes back to what we were saying about 4th of July, where people just don't want to come out. It's just too much. It's just the heat and then shit like that on the news will keep you in. That's all.
All I'll say is this, y'all. Definitely make sure y'all keep it safe. Definitely make sure y'all keep it cool. Shout out A-Train and my sister. They just went and seen Beyonce. It was hot as hell out there.
Jealous.
Still gonna be hot this week. So, yeah, man. That's all I got. And it's a weird bug going around.
It is a weird bug going around. Speaking of that, y'all, be careful in the heat. Put on your sunscreen. Even if you black, we need it. And as always, take that vitamin C.